Good morning. Today is Thursday, the 7th of March, 2013. Here's the news for today. From La Prensa, they're still talking about the money that gets distributed by the executive government to the deputies of the National Assembly. They use these funds in their local circuits to do things like buy hams or to buy votes or to do community projects. The government of the Cambio Democrático gives more money to their people and their parties than they do to the opposition. No surprise there. It's always been done that way in Panama, and that's exactly why the deputies in the National Assembly, after the election's over and they know who's who, they'll jump from one party to another. It's like, oh, I'm not really PRD anymore. I'm really Cambio Democrático, so bring it on. Some of these people are getting $3 or $6 million. This one woman who is elected out of Chorrera, I guess. Chorrera? Yeah. Where the hell is she out of? I forget. Whatever. Doesn't matter. She's got this foundation that she set up to like protect women or some women. And what she did is she's funneling the money into that foundation. The foundation is being run by her children. Now the different deputies are coming out and saying, "Hey, audit me. Bring it on. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I can show you every receipt. I can show you where every dime went." Some of them are saying that. Some of them are not saying that quite so much. The fact of the matter is that nobody's going to go after these guys because they are deputies in the National Assembly, and the only people who can go after them are the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court's not going to go after anybody who's in the ruling party because the Supreme Court is owned and operated by the Cambio Democrático. So, all of this is just smoke and mirrors created by La Prensa for political purposes. Next story. All right. The people who were affected by the glycol, the ethylene poisoning. If you remember back a few years ago, this is many years ago now. It's when Martin Torrijos was in charge. The government of Panama had a facility to produce medicines for the Social Security Fund. They bought the raw materials that came originally from China through Spain to Panama, and they used this stuff to make cough syrup. It was supposed to be glycerin, which is like very expensive, and it's for high level, it's for human consumption. This is the stuff, it's a syrup, it's a liquid, and it tastes sweet, and that's what you use to make cough syrup out of, so you can, get the stuff down. But what they used is this stuff, it's called diethylene glycol, which you use in radiators. It's a antifreeze. It also tastes sweet when you taste it, but the problem is it burns a hole through your kidneys, and you have to be on dialysis for the rest of your life. The person who was responsible for this in China has been executed. Dead. He's gone. In Spain there was a suit, and in Panama there's also criminal cases, activities going on. But what this story is about is payments for the victims, the people that either were killed by this stuff, or there's some people were killed and their family members are looking for compensation, or some people are alive but they're on dialysis because this stuff burned out their kidneys. So they're finally, after all these years, they're finally talking about coming up with payments of $600 a month, monthly payments for these people that are the victims or the families. And for example, with the families, in some cases, the person who died was the breadwinner, so now the family is screwed. So anyway, they're just now starting to get to the point where they're talking about actually releasing the funds and writing the checks and taking care of these people. And that the exact number of how many people were killed or injured by that was never fully, properly investigated in Panama. Anyway, moving on. Politics. Romulo Rox is one of the candidates who is trying to win the presidential primary for the Cambio Democrático Party. He is starting his primary campaign. Their election is in May. So here's an article talking about him running around the neighborhoods. What these guys do is they run around and they go knock on doors, and they have events in every neighborhood in all the different towns throughout Panama City and then throughout the rest of the country to try to get as many people as they can to vote for them. So it is the political season is heating up. The PRD has their primary election on Sunday. A couple of weeks later, I think the date is the 17th, I got another article here for that. That's when the Panaministas are having their primary, and then the CD is in May. So after those things, then we'll know who the three candidates are going to be, and then we'll have to listen to those guys from now until May of 2014. Yay. All right. Gasoline prices went up again this morning. The price of gas for 95 octane has gone up 74 cents so far in 2013 in Panama. Not good. So anyway, we're now over $4 a gallon again, and I'm including this stuff. Okay, so here's 95 octane is going to be at $4.61 a gallon. 91 octane is up to $4.17, and diesel is at $3.92. So I'm including that for all of you people who don't live in Panama and you want to know how much the gas is. That's it. Every 2 weeks, the government of Panama adjusts the price of gas up and down, and they set the max that the gas stations can charge. So that's information that comes out every 2 weeks. Okay, the government of Panama is building a new prison in La Jolla. It's a big facility, it's a modern facility, and it's a big upgrade from what the prisoners are being held in now, and it is 70% done. It will be done July. In July, that sucker will be turned over. And it's in the same area out there in the old Fort Cimarron area in Bacora. In actuality, the La Jolla and La Jollita, they're old army barracks that were converted into a prison. It was not built to be a prison. So it's never been a very good facility. It's overcrowded. It's not secure. It's not safe. Blah, blah, blah. There's lots of bad things about it. But anyway, this new prison is a big upgrade. Lots of money spent on that. Okay, environmental on TVN. Out in Las Tablas, the area of San Jose in the district of Las Tablas in Provincia of Los Santos, somebody went and cut down 7 cocobolo trees. Now, this is illegal logging. They cut the trees down, they throw them in a container, and then try to smuggle them out of the country because they're worth a lot of money. Cocobolo trees are protected. You cannot cut, process, halve, manipulate, saw, export, nothing, cocobolo. If you're going to be doing cocobolo, you better have all your paperwork, permits, and documents in order, because most of the time it's going to be frigging illegal, okay? So if you see cocobolo coming out of Panama, unless the document's a foot deep, it ain't right. Here's a guy, drug trafficking. Here's a guy who is a government official working for the Electoral Tribunal. He was driving in, he's an employee of the Electoral Tribunal. Tribunal? Yeah, Electoral Tribunal, Electoral Court. He's driving in an official vehicle. He's got 2 boxes full of cocaine. Dude got busted with how many kilos? 78 kilos of coke. Bye, dude. He's in prison now for 10 years at least. I mean, they'll bust him and he's off the street forever. But it's relatively rare to see guys that are public officials that are in public vehicles and on public time transporting cocaine around the country. That's just not normal. Okay, here's the thing. I think I already covered this. The Panaministas are doing their primary on the 17th of March. And they just had a press conference, a little press conference just to talk about they're getting ready for their primary. And here it comes. The most important decisions in that primary are not the election of Juan Carlos Varela as their candidate, because everybody knows he's going to win, but they're also having primaries for all of the other positions that they're going to decide who's going to run for. So you might have 4 candidates running to be the candidate for the Panaminista Party for 1 seat in the National Assembly, for example. So there's representatives and there's lots of other positions, mayors, so they're whittling out their field with their primary election. So that comes up on the 17th of March. Okay, last thing, traffic. Dia. They're continuing to do the road work on the Metro subway system. They're building the subway station in front of the El Carmen Church. And in order to do that, they're going to be closing the traffic lanes of Via España. Now, the traffic from Via España goes from the area of Lake del Rey past the El Carmen Church there, and they had moved it to the right to go around where the construction work is being done on that subway station. Well, now they need to close that lane of traffic all the way. There will be one lane of traffic all the way to the right, only for heavy equipment. Okay, if you're in a vehicle, car, bus, anything that's not a dump truck, you're going to need to take that. It's going to be a left-hand turn. They're going to take you up a block and then 2 blocks that way, then back down on Federico Boyd. So you're basically just going to do a loop, and they're going to have signs and cops and stuff to control this, and that'll be going on until the work in that area is done and they can open the traffic flow back up through Via España. But I kind of get the feeling this is going to be the last hurrah to finish off that station there, and then I don't know how long this is going to last, but it's not going to last that long. So anyway, heads up, Via España, more screwed up than ever. Yay! Getting tired of this traffic crap. Okay, that's it. That's everything. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.